can't hear the yardages either.
I mean, you can turn it up a tiny bit, just don't have it blasting. All right, I think we're back.
Well, technical difficulties are awesome. June come out with a OB ball and then a low runner. So not what he's looking for there. Justin's back up on his last 3 balls, and that's straight left down the left side. Looks like it's going to be OB. 219 ball speed, 1900 spin.
Come in production, I'm ready. I'm set.
Pull that down the left side. Josh, just keep the camera on. We'll switch back and forth to it, try to film what you're doing. All right, that ball's down the middle, a little fade on it, drifting toward the right line. 218, 2400 spin. So 405 on that. So was he chasing 406 here? That's his first ball,
yep.
Robbie? All right, here June goes.
Last 3 balls, got to have 406 or more.
Mm-hmm. He didn't waste no time. Hammers that down the left side. It's going to stay out of bounds left. That's a lot better swing than his first 3. 146.8 club, 214 ball speed, 1700 spin. That was what he's looking for. With and his landing angle's 32 degrees. That thing's going to run when it gets out there, that's for sure. It's only launching at 8 degrees. That's kind of surprising. June was hitting some high balls earlier in the day. So maybe he's trying to get a little run on it here. That's a little higher, drifting toward the right line. So, yeah, 149 club on that. All right, here June for his last ball. Needs a big one. Oh, he hits a good ball down the middle. Fading back to the center. 218 ball speed, 151 club, 149 apex on a 12 launch. 402 yards for June. So Justin comes out on top there.
So close.
Wow. That's a pretty doggone close match there, 406, 402. So pretty cool. Good to see these guys coming out swinging. It's been a long day. So are you good?
Yeah, I got it.
So Drew Cooper coming up facing Rob Tiemeyer. Talked to Rob a little earlier while we had a little break. He's got a little girl at home, having some fun with that. Hit some big balls today. I was up in the crow's nest when he hit that 405 or 7 ball this earlier today. So while the grid clear, workers are clearing the grid. Yes. Yep. They were just confirming the yardages there again, 406 by Justin James. So he'll move on to face the winner of this match, I do believe. Drew Cooper and Rob Tiemeyer. Certainly been a challenge with internet today, and we apologize for all the interruptions. And obviously, we're going to have a talk with AT&T and Verizon and anybody else that can provide internet service out here. You'd think on top of the hill you'd get it, but stuff happens. A lot of tension. Here we go. So Drew steps up. Blocks that ball right, OB. And he is out of field of view of TrackMan. So we set it up as best we could to try to get the players, but that's just an added bonus for us if they get in front of it so we can collect some data. So he did move over a little bit, so we were able to capture that one. And didn't strike it too good. 144 club, but only 198 ball. So evidently just trying to get a number there. Hard to win without a ball in the grid. That's a better ball there. It's right down the middle with a little draw on it. 146.9 on the club speed, 212 ball speed, 1900 spin. And he apexed that around 171. The callback from the grid workers was 380 yards. So that's a really good ball. And, you know, Rob's going to have to go ahead and go after it. He can't bump one out there. He's going to need to put some mustard on this one. So, surprisingly enough, the flags have laid down significantly since the preliminary rounds, and the flag on top of the hill is dead still. A little breeze here on the tee box, and Rob sets up for his first ball. Hits that down the left side. Nice heavy ball, cutting toward the middle, a little flatter, and we'll see what kind of rollout he gets here. 358 yards for his first ball, so kind of settling in for his second shot here and pull the trigger, Rob. Oh, that's a better, higher ball. Seems to be drifting toward the right line and comes down OB right. Yeah. Yep, OB right. It's a call back. All right, Rob. Here we go, big teats. Here we go. Sets up, takes a couple waggles, settles in, and unloads on one down the left side. That's it, Rob Tiemeyer. I've known a while. He hits that little pull cut and tends to get a 361. So I think the big thing there was Rob had a little bit too much spin on that ball at 3,100. 206 ball speed, but he launched it 9 degrees and quite a bit of spin, 3,100. So hopefully he'll figure it out, get this ball up a little bit more and knock some of that spin off and get a bigger ball out of it. So Drew comes in, still leading, so he'll try to build on that lead now. And that ball look card full.
Don't record.
So Drew builds on his lead there at 388 yards of that last ball. Again, he has moved out of my TrackMan field of view. Got him on that one. I might have to make the tee box smaller next time to keep these boys trapped. So 147.8 there, 214 ball speed. And he was OB right on that. So here comes time his last ball. Pretty efficient worker. He tees it up and lets her fly down the right center. And a little bit higher. A lot of club speed there, but the ball speed was kind of low. 149 club with 204 ball speed, so he must have, yeah, he hit that a little high in the face, knocked all the spin off. So Drew is at 388 yards, and Rob's got some work to do here. He's gonna need to hit some nuggets. All right, Rob sets up for it. Good ball down the left side. Is staying right on the line. Man, he hit that good. It's coming down. Oh, it bounces left. Looks like it may have hopped out. OB. Golly. Boy, he hit that ball good. 1,900 spin. TrackMan had him getting out there about 371 yards. So it can't track it rolling. It just tracks it flying. So that's up for his next one. Hits that ball down the left line, a little flatter, fading back into the left center of the grid. Coming down now. There you go. 79 is 376 yards. Spin rate's a little bit high still. He's launch angle is 8,2600, so needs to get his launch up and get the spin down. I think he'll be able to get it. He's hitting it hard enough. Oh, there's a ball down the left side. That is hit really good. Fastest ball speed, 207 for him. That's cutting into the middle and coming out 2,300 spin. So you got it down a little bit. 371 yards matches what TrackMan says. So good job there. Good battle. 388 to 371. All right, we're back. Drew Cooper moves on to face Justin James in the semifinals. And a couple of more power hitters right here. We got Ryan Reesback, our host here, facing Reed Russell. And we're ready to get underway.
Here we go on orange.
So Ryan will be hitting the orange ball. And right side of the grid, hugging the line. And they're pretty close. OB right. All right, this ball is down the middle, drawing left. Didn't really strike it that well. Won a lot of club speed, low ball speed. 1,700 spin, though. You never know on those. Yeah, that ball hooks out of bounds. So Ryan's OB after his first two balls. Sets up. Good ball down the right side. Looks to be drawing back in. 147 club. Got that up. Launched 13 with a 212 ball speed, 2,000 spin rate. So that's going to be a good ball there. 388 yards. So it's a really good ball by Ryan. All right. So here comes Reed Russell. Reed's going to be hitting the green ball. Reed's been putting up some phenomenal numbers here. Working on a few changes. Former baseball player turned long driver. First ball is hooking. OB left, out of bounds. 149 at 219 ball speed. So 2,200 spin. So he just closed his face a little bit too much there. There's a high ball down the middle. Drawing in to the left center, coming down. He might have caught that a little bit high. Trackman missed the spin rate with 373 yards was called back from the grid workers. Hear a lot of background noise. We're doing the best we can. We're trying to listen to the radios down range and see what's going on and get action to you as quick as possible. And Reed steps in for his third ball. Hits a big ball down the left side, drawing left out of bounds. So he didn't hit his best there, but he's got a number. So both players will be trying to build on it now. And, yeah. I love seeing the action going on around the tee box stuff. So Ryan steps in with second set of three and looking to build on his lead here. He knows that Reed's got some ball speed. Yeah. Hits a big hook over to the left side, back into the practice area. Ryan's still bringing some good speed at 147 club speed there. So 214 ball. Big ball down the middle, kind of right where he was lined up at the left side. He must be feeling some wind out there because he's setting up to the back left corner. Launching it good. OB left on that one. So let's see if he makes a little adjustment. He's going 2 balls OB left. Yep. Lines up down the middle of the grid. Looks out to the right. Settles in. Unloads on the ball and blocks it right. So can't blame him there. 388. You know, you got to go for it and just try to drop the hammer on one. He hit a really good ball on that 5th ball, but was just set up a little bit left and went out of bounds and tried to make the adjustment there and left it open. So he's got the lead going into the final 3 balls for Reed Russell, and Reed steps in pretty quick. He's a fast player. Just get up and hit it type guy. Hits a big ball down the middle. That is super high. Launched at 16. So 149 club on 217 ball speed. And waiting on TrackMan to see if we get spin rate 2,400. That's looks like it's going to be probably over 4. Yep, 418 yards is the callback. So that'll do it. Reed Russell takes down Ryan Reesback. Yeah. So good for him. That was a great set. Well, a great ball anyway on that one. Probably not a great set. I mean, if you hit 4 or 5, and that's a great set. But a win, nevertheless, with the biggest ball so far in these quarterfinals. So he's got it figured out, launching it up there at about 15-degree launch angle and 216 mile an hour ball speed. So couple of good buddies coming up next. These guys are no strangers. They get to practice a lot together. Press and Colton, both of them living on the West Coast as well. Press out in Reno, and Colton lives on a crab boat. So out there crab fishing and stuff. So it's starting to be a fun match. Both of these guys hit big, high draws. And right now the wind is definitely blowing out. Should hold those draws straight. So we should see some pretty good firepower out of these two right now. So All right, so we get the green light from Megan off the tee, and Seamus turns them loose. So Colton steps in. Got a unique style. First ball straight down the middle. High ball drawing a little left. 1,700 spin. Got that a little high in the toe. A good start. 397 yards for his first ball. Right out of the gate. Perfect path. 5-8. Face shut to it. 2-8. Second ball hangs down the left side. Is drawing. It's going to be real close to the line. Super high. 20 degrees. He must hit that. Yeah, he hit that high. So that ball went OB. So it's cool to see that green ball because, man, that thing looks like it's flying forever when it gets up there in the air. Settles in for his third ball down the middle. A little flatter ball here, 12 degrees. Drawing to the left center. Yep. 1,600 spin rate. So come in at 35 degrees. Call back on that was 398, so he was able to pick up one more. He launched that a little lower at 12 degrees. And got some rollout on it. 1,600 spin rate's kind of too low. I know we were talking a little bit earlier today, and he was hitting some that were flying out there real good, but falling out of the air. So he's working on trying to actually add more spin to it. So Press settles in for his first shot. Hits that straight down the middle, fading just a hair to the right. 13 launch, 26. That ball got on top of the wind. Could be a pretty big number here. But 2,600 spin. 391. 2,600 is a little bit high.
We actually caught that one on the grid cam, and it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Hit the ground and just died.
Nice. Yeah, there you go. Another ball straight down the middle with a draw this time. Sort of similar to the ball that Colton hit. So
just short.
So 391 right there out of press. Trackman missed a spin, but very similar to what Colton did. These guys are very close in their ball flight and ball striking skills. 15-degree launch angle there. That's a high ball down the right side. Right line, so he must have hit that. 1,600 spin. So he was giving a look like he didn't like it. Yeah, 368 there from press. So 3 balls in the grid, but just didn't catch one like he wanted it. Now we got Colton coming back up. His second set of 3 balls. First ball slings it out to the right. 15 launch. 1,800 spin. Wind seems to be dying down a little bit too. 370 on that. Descent angle is 43 degrees, so that's not going to release by any means. So. And he blocks this last ball, or 5th ball, out of bounds right. So he takes a deep breath and tries to figure it out here. 1 ball. Settles in, digs in that foot. Good strike on that ball, but it's drawing toward the left line. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be really close. We'll need a kick out of that one to stay in, I think. So. OB. Yep. So 13.8 launch with a 214 ball speed and
Hey, come in, Robbie.
1700 spin rate.
Hey, I'm going to jump on channel 4. I can hear better, and I can track the balls a little bit better. Is there anything that you need from me before I jump?
All right, press settles in and got to hit a nugget here. First ball, OB to the right. Just left the face open on that one. Press steps in for his fifth ball. Big high ball down the middle. 15-degree launch angle. 2200 spin. Gonna be interesting. Never know about the rollout here. 386 yards. So press steps in for his next ball. Oh, and he comes over, smother hooks it. So OB, so Colton brings down Press there in a really good battle. Friends, 148 club on that last one, 215 ball speed. So a good battle from them two guys. So now we'll move back to the senior division. We're bringing up our seniors here, so give us 1 minute to get the grid cleared, and we'll be right back.
And on the screen right now, you can see your 4 final seniors.
Yeah, from left to right, we got David Mobley, and exiting real quick in black shirt, we got EJ, and green shirt, we got Vince, and then Ryan Gerhardt is the one left on the tee. All right, obviously Ryan will be the first one to hit. And the battle of Titans here for the senior division.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, you can hear everything you're saying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't hide from the microphone.
Man, that's a super sensitive microphone. Colton come by the broadcast booth to check in his numbers. There's Ryan Gerhardt, his first ball right down the middle. High ball fading.
3, 2, 1. And we're doing match play again. So 3 and 3, 3 and 3.
So, good ball right there. So Ryan goes another ball, real quick, firing right center. Trying to hear a call back, see what we get. So
3, 2, 5, 320.
325 on that last one. Robbie, did you hear the first one?
I did not.
Okay.
No, actually 330, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Is what my subconscious is screaming at me.
All right, there's another ball down the left side.
Dropping in 3, 2, 1.
There we go. A little better ball speed there at 195 from Ryan. And 340 yards. David Mobley, the KG veteran, coming up. So comes out with a bunch of balls, throws 3 green ones back and a white one. Not sure what he was doing there. He's hitting the orange ball. So be interesting to see. David's got this technique early in the rounds of not hitting all his balls, I guess, to field a grid and not hit himself out as well. So he actually wanted to hit in the open division this week and couldn't get a flight out here to get in at a reasonable time on Saturday, so he withdrew from the open division and decided to just go mainly seniors. And he hits this ball down the right side. Equals Gerhardt's ball speed at 195. Very solid hit there on a 130 close speed. So 359 yards there for him. So 359 yards on his first ball. 359, 359. All right, so David settles in for a second ball. So 1,200 spin on that one, so that's obviously not what he's wanting to do. Hit that a little high in the heel. David steps back and regroups. Trying to listen to 3 different radios. I don't know if I was cut out to be a broadcaster or not. At this point, I'm saying no. But I hope it's informative enough that everybody gets enjoyment out of it. Duck cooks that one a little left. And not quite the shot he was looking for, obviously. So Ryan will be coming back to the tee box. Obviously need to improve on his first one to catch David. Gerhardt steps in. Hits a line drive left and OB at 199 ball speed, 200. Ryan's debut as a senior, recently turned 45. It's a big ball down the middle, little fade on it. 13.9 launch angle. That ball's up in the breeze a little bit, so it's going to be really close. So 356 yards on that. Trackman missed a spin, so I can't give you that. Perfect landing angle, maybe a little low, 34. Typically around 38 degrees to get you a good rollout. This is a higher ball, 15.8. A little faster ball speed at 198.9, but 1,400 spin rate. So should get a little carry. 363 yards, I think, was the call back there. So Ryan takes the lead with David with 3 balls remaining. Yeah, so Mobley's obviously in a hurry. Cleans out his pockets. And gets set up for his first shot. Gerhardt had 198.9 miles an hour on that last ball. Hit a little high in toe and 1,400 spin. So Mobley's setting up for his first shot, and these two guys are pretty equal in speed, so this ought to be pretty close right here. Mobley hits a low drawing ball down the left side. Looks like it's going to be going OB. Picked up a little ball speed there with a 151 smash factor. Yep, OB left. So Mobley's always been a great ball striker and able to pick apart a grid. Mobley steps up for his 5th ball. Eyes the grid. Turns it loose right down the right center with a little draw. Picked up the speed on that. 202 miles an hour ball speed at 11.8 launch. 377 yards. So David will take it right there. And that takes the lead and knocks out Ryan Gerhardt. So good battle right there from those two guys. Both of them right around that 200 mile an hour mark, and Mobley was obviously able to get over to 202. So he'll be moving on to the finals to face the winner of this next match. So as we get those players up, and Mobley cleans up all of his stuff, comes back to leave a ball in the bucket instead of taking home a souvenir. So EJ and Vincent. EJ will be going first and hitting the green ball. And I take a quick peek over there at Vanny. He's sitting in the shade.
Yeah, I'm taking someone back.
So we got.
Okay, we're about to hit.
So we got to clear the grid of the grid workers right now. Just making a final sweep of the grid to make sure we don't have any balls down there, and then we'll be off to the races real quick. So grid is clear. Thumbs up by the ladies. And gonna wait for them to clear this cart. One of our grid workers had to come in. So all right, we got our grid clear, grid workers in safely and out of harm's way, hopefully. And EJ steps in for his first ball. So here we go. First ball straight down the middle, a little fade on it. Pretty flat ball trajectory. And it comes in at 33 degrees. 1,600 spin, 11 launch. And 385 yards on a 194.6 ball speed. So definitely the right ball flight characteristics. Gee, many crickets. EJ goes OB right on his next ball.
Hey, I'm on my way back. Turn around, just wait.
EJ steps in for his third ball, and that's down the middle, a little cut on it. EJ come out and put up a pretty big ball there. Had the right ball flight for this grid. That kind of mid-trajectory coming in flat and hot. So let's see if Vinny figures it out. He steps in for his first ball, hitting the orange ball with the green shirt. Would have been nice for him to get the green ball with the green shirt. But starts that ball down the left side with a little fade, coming right back into the left center. See what we get. It had a little high spin at 333.62. 342 yards was a call back on that. Vinny's not wasting any time. Steps in, hits that pretty high down the left side. It's going to be OB left. Last ball, there goes OB left. So EJ's in there. 385, looking to build on it. Those are not the best shots for Vincent. He's been a strong competitor for a long time. And I'm sure that he'll come back with some nuggets. He's over there figuring it out right now. So EJ gets the all clear sign. Straps up. Gets a few waggles in and lets her go. Kind of cut across that one. So that's going to be OB right on that one. Comes in for his fifth ball. It's a really good ball right down the middle with a slight fade on it. 1760 spin, 36 landing angle. 377 yards was a call back on that. Pulls this ball down the left side and looks like it's going to stay there and go OB left. Vinny's got some work to do here. EJ at 385 was as long as his first three. They get ball, and we'll see what Vincent has here. Vinny hits a high ball left center. Super high, 19 at launch angle. Didn't catch that real good. Yeah, a little pop up there for Vinny at 311. He's got a lot more in the tank than that. It's like OB left on that, kind of a little heel strike. Finish for his last ball here. Oh, man, comes across it just a little bit and hooks it OB left. So EJ takes that match and will move on to face David Mobley. And Mobley in the finals, the seniors. So we're back, and this will be a match between Ryan Gerhardt and Vince Cellini for third place in the senior division. We had 10 competitors, so we will pay 3 spots. We always pay out 25% in favor of the players on that, 100% of the entry fees. And so they'll be shooting it out here for a check. I'm not sure what that amount is, but Gerhardt starts first ball and hits it wide left. Takes a rip at it, though, 195.8 miles an hour ball speed. Just pulled it left OB. He catches this ball, starts in the middle, and drifts right out of bounds. So he's got both sides of the grid covered. One ball left, one ball right. So let's see if we can get one down the middle now. A little cut down the middle, moving toward the right line, 200 miles an hour ball speed. So Ryan gets it up there. It leaves the face open a little bit on it and drifts out of bounds right. So Vincent's coming back up. One thing about long drivers, most of them love to hit a lot of balls, and we like to give them that opportunity. So orange ball down the right side by Vinny. So the KG veteran, 334 yards there was the mark by Vince Cellini. So he gets the ball in and puts the pressure back on Ryan and comes over this last ball and draws a little bit out of bounds left. This sets up for his third ball. Try to build on that. I think it was 334, what the callback was. And blocks that ball OB right. All right, so Ryan comes back in. Needs to put a ball in play. Probably one of the worst feelings in the world going OB, especially in a shootout like this. It's a good ball down the center. He's got a lot of cut in that ball. It's turning all the way across the grid. Putting up some serious ball speed there. Does another 200 mile an hour ball speed. And that ball actually hit one of the grid workers down there, so we're going to have to call a timeout real quick. All right, so we're back up and running. Grid worker's okay. And Ryan pulls this ball left, OB left, 202 miles an hour ball speed. So he's putting up plenty of ball speed here, really going after it. But needs to find the grid. Doesn't matter how fast you are if you don't hit the grid. Here we go. Catches that one down the left side. Big cut back into the grid. And we'll see what the callback is at 12.9. 336 yards. So I want to say, was Vinny at 335, Robbie?
Not sure.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with all the numbers.
Well, yeah, that and it's not updating on my
10-4. Well, hopefully the new scoring system we got coming will rectify some of that problems. But obviously he's not longer than Ryan, so Vinny's got 3 balls here to catch that 336. And I'm pretty sure he was at like 335, and I apologize. I don't have clipboards or notes here in front of me, so I'm trying to go off of memory. So Vinny comes over the top of that and hooks it left OB. And he hits that left as well. OB. So coming down to his 6th and final ball. Six balls down the left side, waiting for the call back. And I think that was OB left. So Ryan Gerhardt would take that. Well, Claw. John Black, T-Claw will help hold your tees in place on artificial turf, and you can use them in competition. So check out T-Claw. Tornado Tee. John Hartline out of Utah. Tornado Tee's best tee in the business. And they actually work really good in the T-Claw. So a great combination of John and John products there. And Net Return. Net Return provides us with nets that we use on occasion that we have too tight of a grid that we can't hit balls downrange for fear of hitting a grid worker while we're measuring balls. So it gives the players a chance to actually, stay loose and ready to go. Unlock Golf. Unlock has been good to us, supporting us, so we appreciate y'all's help. And my very own Ryan told me to put this on here. One Stop Power Shop, we've donated time, and our facility, when we run events in North Carolina, all range balls are included, drinks, snacks, and my dad loves to cook out, so he usually cooks us a barbecue pig and have a good time socializing for those events. So thank you to all the volunteers. We've had a couple of different staffs. Out here in the sun, we don't want to run everybody all day, so local volunteers here from Mesquite, the town of Mesquite for having us, and Mesquite Gaming for helping us with hotel accommodations, and Mesquite Rec Department for painting the grid and having this place absolutely beautiful every time we come. So here we go into our semifinal match between Drew Cooper and Justin James. Justin James will be hitting first, hitting the green ball. So Justin steps in for his first ball. Starts down the left side with a little bit of a draw and turns left, OB left. So had some good numbers there. Just shut the face to that, but 11.6 on the launch, 219 ball speed, 1900 spin. So can't argue with that. Just need to get it in the grid. Looks to be set up a little left. Maybe he's trying to hit a little fade or something here. He's on the tee box and trying to, all these players try to make small adjustments as they're firing based on what the wind's doing. But as I look out at the banners, the Callaway banners here on the back of the tee box don't seem to be doing anything. They're kind of limp. But banners downrange are pretty much laying still as well. So he's still looking at that left corner. Starts it right up the left side and hooks it left again. So 153, 220.6 on the ball speed, 1700 spin, but I just got to face a little bit closed. And kind of reminds me of a shot he hit last year at OSPS headquarters against Landon Gentry. He looked down that left side and hit a little pull cut right in the back left corner, 407 yards, I think. Pretty big ball that day on the grid, so that may be what he's looking here at doing. So Drew steps in. He's looking left center as well. Hits it up the left side and turns it over, hooks it OB left. So he'll have to regroup here. Outstanding performance by Drew, no matter what the outcome here is. First event and made it all the way down to the Final Four. Hits that ball down the middle. Great ball flight. 12-degree launch at 210 ball speed. 2400 spin rate. And we'll wait for the call back. 381 yards is what we got back from the grid workers. Sets up, hits his net down the left side and hooks it OB left. So 212 on the ball speed there. 212.9. So he's got a mark. So we'll see how Justin makes an adjustment here. And that was a tongue twister by me.
Can we get a number on that last one? 381.
So 381 yards is the mark that Justin has to best here. So got 3 balls to do it with. See what kind of adjustment he makes here. If he sticks with the left shot or flips it over to the right side. Well, he sets up a little further out of bounds, so it looks to me like he's going to try to go with the pull cut, if I had to guess, because he's excuse me, he's really lined up over there. Kind of blocks that down the middle, cuts OB right. So that's right at our boom tower down there. So that almost looked like a grid seeker swing from Justin. So 149.7. I'm not saying he swung slow. I'm just saying he looked like he was maybe guiding that just a little bit. That ball's down the left side and turns over and goes OB left again. So .219.8 on the ball speed there. That he's setting up left side. Turns it loose, gets that right down the left side, and it's kind of staying there. This is going to be really close to the line. 151 club. 219.3 is the ball.
This
Yep.
ball is almost touching the line. Holy cow, that's close.
Callback is 401 from the grid workers. So he hit that right in that corner where he'd been lined up all 6 balls and pulled it off. So hats off to him. He stuck to his game plan and finally got it going. And we get a one-hander out of Drew Cooper down the left side. Robbie said that ball was touching the line on the out of bounds or the.
Oh no, it was in.
Yeah.
100%, it was in.
No, I'm talking about the line. Not saying it was out of bounds. I'm saying you got it on camera.
Yeah, we were
That's
able
pretty cool.
to pick it up, and it was. Couldn't tell if it was touching, but it was close.
Right at 4. I mean, it's 401, but I know what you're saying. It's right on the edge because I saw that ball was like a laser beam when it come out of here. So, and Drew's on his last ball here, so reason needs to get a good one. He gets a high ball down the middle, drawing, looks to be OB left. So, yeah, Justin's going to take that match and go to the finals. So, there we go. Justin makes it back to the finals and takes down Drew Cooper. Stellar performance from Drew today. And great ball there by Justin James in the end. All right, so here we go for our next semifinal match between Colton Casto and Reed Russell. Colton will be going first. Colton steps in for his first shot and hits a big slinger right down the right side. It's going to be really close to the OB line on the right. I think he might have caught that off the toe. Okay, that ball hit out of bounds and came back in the grid, so it is deemed out of bounds. So that ball is OB. Good job by our grid workers down there seeing that and calling it in very quickly. This ball's down the right side a little more in the grid. It's coming into right center. .375 yards is a callback. 15-degree launch angle. Colton seems to be starting a little bit too far right. Maybe get a little straighter here. That might have been trying to get a ball in. This ball is hammered down the right side. 14.8 on the launch angle. And 2100 spin. So hit a little low in the face. So all right, so next play will be Reed Russell. So Reed steps in. Orange ball. Comes over the top of that one. Hooks it left OB. Got a little quick in that transition on that one. Quickly sets back up. Does the same thing, comes a little over the top of it again, so the upper body's definitely outrunning the lower body right here. So Reed's new to long drive this year, and I'm sure this is something he's working on. Hooks it OB left again. So first 3 balls, close face, and just not catching it square in the club face. That was low heel, 1900 spin. Colton sets up for his 4th ball. Hits it way right. Going to be OB right. So club path's about 7 degrees to the right, and the face is open 5. That ball's not coming back. That's a souvenir for somebody over there in the neighborhood. So Colton winds up, steps into it, does the same thing, just drops it down and outruns it, leaves the face wide open again. Obviously, these guys are going as hard as they can go at it. You know, just hoping to, I mean, I'm not saying hoping, they're trying to match it up. It's just very difficult to get these angles right. His face was only closed 1.5. It lets this next one go. It's right down the middle. Got a big reaction from the crowd. That ball was launched at 14.5 degrees, 13.5 only ball speed, but 1,300 on the spin rate. So I didn't get the call back on that. 380 yards was a call back on it. I missed it, so luckily I had a spectator outside fill me in. So I don't know what happened to my radio. So here we go. Reed Russell steps in for his 4th ball. Sends a big ball down the middle with a slight draw. 16.4 on the ball speed, 12 launch. And we got 2,800 spin, so 372 yards was a callback on that. So not quite the ball that he was looking for, but hey, it's a ball in the grid, so maybe that get his confidence going, let him turn it loose a little bit better here. So this ball's down the right side and it's drawing back in. 16 launch. So 213 on the ball speed, 16 launch, 2,100 spin. 379 yards. So he's 1 yard away from Colton at 380 yards. So what a battle here, these 2 players. And Reed steps into his 6th and final ball. Colton's nervously panting back and forth, wearing a hole in the turf. Reed takes it back, hits a little, hooked it down to OB left, 218 mile-an-hour ball speed. But so we're going to ask for a measurement on the grid just to verify yardages, and we'll. So good battle there.
Yeah, I got it on the grid camera. The green ball is clearly longer.
So good job from the T workers to make sure to measure, and the grid workers actually confirmed it, and Josh was able to get it on camera. So good job by everybody all around there with the team video and stuff. So now we're coming into the finals. So our finals match for the seniors will be David Mobley will be facing E.J. McDonald. So E.J. put up a 285 ball, and David hit some good balls out there as well. So it's hard to be a fun match. All right, me and Robbie are back on. Talking up a storm, I guess, but we got our final match here. David will be hitting the orange ball. Going first, obviously.
Is the grid clear? Yes.
All right,
Ball's coming.
Seamus has turned them loose.
Turn on the radio. 4.
Here we go. First ball blocked out to the right by David Mobley.
OB right for first orange ball.
197 ball speed, 2100 spin, 14 launch. Straighten that out. Those kind of numbers has been putting up big yardage today. So David's probably, what's the right word, methodical player. He takes his time, especially when there's no clock and when there's a clock. One set today, I noticed he left 2 balls on the tee, but he's only trying to hit 1 ball, not all 6. So that's kind of his method of play. Been known to drop kick a few out there to get a little knuckle spin off of them. And hoods that a little bit, hooks it out of bounds left, but there we go. He breaks 200-mile-an-hour ball speed, 200.4. Get a little in the heel of the club. David settles in. Hits this down the right side and blocks it OB right again. So 2 balls right, 1 ball left. Uncharacteristic of David, usually likes to apply the pressure, getting the ball in early. David fails to find the grid there on his first 3 balls. EJ's getting ready for his first shot and starts it straight down the middle. 11-degree launch. 35 descent angle. 1900 spin. Perfect. 352 yards. Funny thing is the flags are actually blowing in now, so we've had a complete change of wind speed and direction.
Ball is going OB right.
EJ kind of a little rushed on that swing and hits it over the open face and off the toe and over in the neighborhood with a few other balls. EJ hits this ball down the left side, slight fade. Breaks 200-mile-an-hour ball speed. And the wind's definitely in the face now and freshening. That was 350 yards. Rob, you got a camera on the flags in the grid? I mean, are they blowing in or out? Not moving down there? Definitely
Yeah,
in
they're
the
not
face
moving.
here on the tee box. So I look up at the flag on top of the mesa, and it's laying still. So could be a little trickery here by Mother Nature, because EJ hit a great ball there. He went 85 a while ago. That was 200 into the wind, and 2,100 spin, 35 descent angle. That's pretty daggone good. And only was able to get 350 out of it. So David steps in for his final 3 balls, chasing 350. Hits this ball down the middle with a draw. A little faster ball speed. 201.7. 346 yards. A callback on that. Spin rate was a little high at 2,800. So caught that a little low in the face. And a little bit short of the 350 mark set by EJ. It's the next ball straight down the middle, a little draw again. 12-degree launch. That ball goes 356 just as the flags lay still. So David takes the lead by 6 yards. And nice shot. 12 launch angle. Perfect. So last ball by David right now. Coming up, looking to build on a 6-yard lead. Starts this down the right side and it stays there. So that ball's going to go OB right. So it's all in EJ's hands now. With David at 356 yards, EJ needs to hit a good ball. So see what happens. Flags are laying still down range and don't seem to be changing much here on the tee box. EJ gets ready. Fires this down the right side. Hit that. A little high in the toe, face open. OB right. Steps in for his 5th ball. Unloads this, a little slider to the right. Dropping over to the right side of the grid. Looks to be like, yep, ran out of bounds, OB right. So EJ's down to his last ball. Needs to put a good swing on this one. Sets up. And blocks a little right, OB right. So David Mobley is our champion in the senior division with a 356-yard drive. So congratulations to David. Good, well hit, well hit. All right. So we're coming back to our open final match. This is for all the marbles. Colton Casto will be taking on Justin James. So Justin will be going first. Been a long day for these competitors, which is a great thing about long drive. I mean, a lot of people think it's just one ball, but we have to go through multiple rounds all throughout the day. Definitely brings out the best in players and rewards those that hit it long, straight, all day long. So, yeah. All right. So Justin sets up his first ball, orange ball. And we're firing at his leisure. Comes back up, does the same thing he did against Drew Cooper, sets up in that left back corner. It comes over the top of this and hooks it OB left into the practice area. So just shut the face on that one. It's this ball. Started left and cut to the right. So got the handle up on that spin axis about 9. 366 yards was a callback on that. This ball starts in the middle and it's kind of going drifting to the right as well. So got the handle up on that one as well. So that last ball was 372. Yep. So Colton will be hitting the green ball, sets up the first ball and gets ready. Does a little leg slap, activate his legs, get the feeling sensation. Digs in and first ball's down the right side. Staying straight, staying right at the 10 on the right side. It's going to be really close. OB right was called back. So 13 launch angle on that, 2,200 spin rate. Starts that ball down the middle, draws left. 1,400 spin, so obviously mishit that one. That thigh takes a beating. I remember 2 years ago he started doing that and slapped a bruise into himself. This ball's down the right and flat, drawing back to the center of the grid. Coming down dead center of the grid. 14 launch angle. So 356 yards. Didn't capture the spin rate, so usually that means it's really low spin. So, yeah. Wind seems to be picking up, blowing left to right now. Wow, that is a lot different than when the seniors just hit. Yeah, it is gusting out there. Everybody's looking at me thinking like, holy moly. That was quick. Got people holding the tents down on the left side. So grab a tent, everybody, and hold on. So here we go with Justin. So he starts this ball in the center of the grid, drifts right.
Landing in 3, 2, 1.
That was OB right. Sets up quickly. Same spot. Left edge. Kind of smothers this one up the left side, OB left. So it sounded like he kind of thinned that ball. Justin sets up left back corner again. Staying with it. That's where he got that 401 ball. Hits a really good ball up the left side. Staying really close. Drawing just a little bit. OB. So that was 152 at 221.8 ball speed. Just did hit out of bounds left on over there. So Colton Casto will be coming back up and has 3 swings. All right, so Colton needs to beat 372 yards. Gets a good ball up the right side, drawing. A little flat. And that ball took a big bounce. 1,300 spin. So just not 367 on that. So it's a good ball. Just didn't stay in the air long enough. It launched it at 13 degrees, but 1,300 spin rate. Blocks this ball outright. It's the first time for Colton in the finals, and honestly, it looks like he kind of rushed that a little bit to me. He's obviously chomping at the bit to get there. At 1,500, 2,200 spin, so 6th ball right here coming up. So we'll see what happens. One swing. And hit that ball in the middle and hooked it left. So that ball went OB left. So our champion is Justin James. So congratulations to Justin James with 372-yard drive there in the finals. And we appreciate everybody tuning in. And look forward to our next event. We'll be in Denver in June. Check us out on our website for all the tournament information, qualifying information, and sign-ups. And look forward to seeing you at our next PLDA event. So stay tuned, and we'll be interviewing the players. We will not be able to interview the players today, my bad. And so we'll be signing off, and thank you again for tuning in.
All right, folks. That'll do it here in Mesquite, Nevada for the PLDA. Justin James is our champion. It's been an interesting week for sure. A lot of technical difficulties. But we managed to get through it. And I guess that's it. Signing out. I'm your host, DJ Rob Nasty. Good night.